Groundbreaking news there. IKEA inspired an IKEA themed island. Hi, everybody. Um, Welcome to my stream. I'm Buttons. BadAtButtons is my full name because I'm really bad at pressing the buttons. Um, so this is IKEA Island. I made it. It took me about 2.5 months to make, and I posted it on Twitter a week ago, and it really just like completely blew up. I thought that I would make a stream to give you guys more information and a little bit of an in-depth tour. So what inspired me to make this was IKEA. Obviously, I love the store. This shelf back here behind me is IKEA. This thing with 3D printers on is IKEA. There's other IKEA furniture in our house as well. So I love it. I wish there was one that was closer than 3 hours away. And I miss it. I miss the meatballs. So when I was making it, I pulled up a real IKEA map. I just Googled IKEA map. And I used it for reference to lay out the order of things. So like when you go through an IKEA store in real life, you'll run into items in the same path that I did. And then I looked up images of the showroom and the marketplace to get some details, like the concrete floor and the arrows. I tried to get very accurate. And I did it because I wanted to showcase a lot of the items and a lot of the colors. So every item that I have that's for sale, like I have some dressings, like rotary phones, that are not for sale, that are just scene decoration. But everything that's for sale, I have every color of it. And penguins are just because I like penguins. It has nothing to do with Sweden and penguins liking cold weather. I just really like penguins. I always have. So future plans with IKEA is I'm going to update it a little bit with seasonal items. Like when the festival items come out, I'll probably update it. I updated it a little bit. I just uploaded it right before this stream. I updated a few things. I put some more arrows on the ground because people were getting lost. I got a shark. Apparently there's this stuffed shark item at IKEA that people are obsessed with. And so I got a shark model. I borrowed it from somebody, so I'm gonna have to return that tomorrow. But it's in the dream, and that's all that matters, right? So I have the shark model up there, and I did a few like other smaller tweaks. I fixed that lamp for you, Jenna. And I fixed a simple panel that I did not realize was the wrong color. How did I do this? I did it with the help of friends. You can only order 5 items a day yourself. I did not time travel at all. I started working on this November 6th, I think is when I said that I was tearing down my old island. And I started working on this then. And I did not time travel, not even an hour. So I only ordered 5 items a day myself, but I have an alternate account on here that you can see. Sam, my lovely husband who does not play the game at all, I made him a house. And so he ordered simple panels every day. 5 simple panels every day. And then I had friends send me items I didn't have. They sent me simple panels just because they have 333 of them. And they sent me items I didn't have, and then I sent them items, 2 items a day. So that gave me, 6 to 8 more items every day that I could order just to speed along the ordering. I had a few friends give me materials, which were very nice, especially wood and iron, as you saw from our graph. They needed an insane amount of those. And I used an insane amount of customization kits that I was very surprised that the Nooklings did not run out. I also used Reddit and Turnip Exchange, and Jenna, my darling Jenna, used Nookazon to get me a few items. So now I'm going to walk through and show you some of my customization kits. I made this IKEA design. It's 4 panels, and I used the website AC Patterns, which I will show you right now. So I have the handicap thing in here. When you upload an item, it will tell you, let me see if I can, I'll just do it with this anyway. So when you upload it, you can choose how many columns you want. So like if I want 4 columns, then it'll do that and it will make 4 different designs. So let's just pretend that we're doing that. And then you can play with the quality here. I don't ever use the QR code unless I'm doing like a really complicated image. Like I had Martin Luther King Jr. as a picture in my last island. And so then it gives you these 4 items. So I had Martin Luther King Jr. and I just used that as a QR code because I was never going to be able to recreate that. But I really like to customize my colors exactly and to be able to upload it to the design space. So I just open it up and I just copy this into the design mode. And that's how I do most of my designs. So I get all the things lined up just right. So this is 4 different things. I have all of my blues and yellows match, except for maybe this handicap sign. So all the blues and yellows and all the IKEAs match, which I did by copying the design and then erasing it so I had the right palette right there. So in the parking lot, all of these are custom designs, but they're really simple. It's just solid black and solid white. There's no texture to it at all. Everything is on a half square though. Like this handicap one takes up 2 squares, as you can see. Here, it takes up 2 squares. And so the way I did that is I did it in 1 square, and then I copied it, and then there's a tool that lets you shift your design. So I shifted it and painted over 1/2, and I went to the copy and I shifted it the other way and painted over the other half to get it looking nice and crisp. I have arrows on the floor, obviously. These doors here, I'll rotate it so you can see, are glass, which I just found in the Able Sisters. I just searched glass door, and this one came up. I wanted them to be like glass sliding doors that open when you come in. So I have these arrows. I have concrete, and the concrete, again, it's literally 2 shades of gray. And I just put random dots in there, and it looks fine. I'm really not great at coming up with custom textures. Like, don't try to ask me to make a wood texture. It will not look good. But when I did this, I just copied and pasted that square, and I put the arrows over top of it, or I moved it. If you look at the fencing, you'll notice that the concrete stops at the fence, even though the fence is in the middle of the tile. So I actually made custom design concrete to go underneath the fence to look like this. My idea was that the fence was the wall, and so I wanted up to the fence to be inside and outside of the fence to be outside. I used a lot of customization spots. Thanks, Jenna. I think it's worth it. A lot of people didn't notice, and I had to put concrete here, like underneath, even though it's wood, but I think it looks okay. I did wood flooring, just like the regular wood path for all of my designs, mainly because I didn't have enough customization spots. All of my simple panels, except for this mermaid pattern here, are Sable patterns that you get from Able Sisters. If you go talk to Sable, once you get the Able Sisters, talk to her every day. At first she'll brush you off, but if you keep talking to her, then she'll give you a lot of patterns. And so these are either like the regular like customization options or Sable patterns, except for this mermaid. This mermaid one is a custom design because I didn't really like any of the designs with the mermaid furniture. So in the living room, I did log furniture because it has like a variety of items. I love to use stools as tables in this game because I don't feel like there's enough end tables for my liking. So I use log stools as end tables here. And I did mermaid because I think the mermaid furniture is really pretty and makes a nice set. And then I did a small apartment. So when you go to IKEA, there are little apartments like set up where you could be like, look how nice you can live in 600 square feet. New York City, you have no excuse. So I made that here. Yeah, Sam's mom is obsessed with mermaids. She was like, oh, that's my room. She was really adorable. We did the tour with her, and she was like, you need to change your hair so that we can see the IKEA on the back of the shirt. And so I did it while they were there. They got a kick out of it. So this is a little apartment. I did Imperial furniture because it has a partition, and I think the partition works well in this space. I didn't do simple panels back here just for space reasons. And over here, I didn't do simple panels just for visibility reasons. So if we keep coming up, we have all the chairs here. These rattan chairs are actually pulled out half a square from the simple panel so you can see them some at least. I tried to really balance what it looks like from our perspective and what it looks like from the character's perspective. Because obviously if I had everything from our perspective, it would just be very one-dimensional. So as Jenna said, this is a change I made. A lot of people came here when I was watching them do the tours. They went right here, they went up here, and then instead of following this arrow, they were like, what's this way? And I'm like, no! Which you can go eat first, but I didn't want people to do the downstairs before they did the upstairs. So I put this here to kind of like discourage you from going that way. I'm sure it won't stop people though. I have all the couches here. I only did one double sofa, one to save on materials and two for space. So I have all the colors that it comes in here so you can kind of look at swatches. And same for the box sofa. I just kind of put one of every color there so you can see the different colors without having to take up so much space. I love these box sofas though because you can build your own couch to the style that you want it, which I think is great because the log sofa doesn't take up any more space than the double sofa or any of the other sofas, but it is the only one that has like 3 cushions on it. And then we have, we'll do end tables first. Yeah, I really love the box sofa display. I think it's really fun. So the tables, we have all the low tables. Something I find funny. Oh, Sam's gonna sneak. Yeah, I have, so this, what Sam's about to show you are my penguin collectibles. And this is about 1/10 of the amount of penguin items I had growing up. I had an entire, God, I probably had like 25 penguin stuffed animals. I had penguin posters. Penguins are my jam. Something I found really amusing about this game is that yeah, that one has a cord. Don't pull that one down. Something I found really amusing about this game is these are called tea tables, and they're cute and little and extra behind the scenes content. Nice. And they're cute and they're little and they're one tile. And then these giant things are also tea tables. So IKEA and Animal Crossing does not dictate how you have your tea. You can have it on any size table you want to. But I have all the tables, all the little tables here, the dining tables up in the dining section, of course. For the log tables, again, I just use stools as swatches, and same for the ironwood low table. And rattan, I put one low table here and put the swatches here. Yeah, I agree, Jenna. This would be so pretty in white. It's just a bunch of brown colors. There's no fun colors at all. Where the wooden furniture, it comes in 8 different colors. And so I just did some of each. So I had the low tables in black and pink, the mini tables in blue, green, and I think that's red. And then brown, white, and the natural for the end tables. And then the orange tables, imperial low tables. Just lots of tables. And if we go back up here to shelving, I have every shelf except for the tool shelf, I think. Maybe if there's like some seasonal like cherry shelf or something, I didn't do that. So I have the trophy case over there on the left, over here, that I put this way because I feel like the trophies look weird, so I kind of wanted to hide them. And it also serves as a divider between the living room and the shelving without having to put a simple panel there. And I have the bamboo shelves, the iron shelves, the log decorative shelves, which the log decorative shelves need 2 benches to craft, so I just picture them just stacking 2 benches on top of each other to make a shelf, and I'm here for it. It's like an IKEA hack. Mermaid shelf. I put the other colors of the wooden bookshelf in the kids section, but I put these 2 here because I feel like they would fit in a grown-up room too. And the wooden bookshelves here, I have these as dividers too. The wooden bookshelves are only a half square wide, which I really like. I wish there was more things that was only half a square, especially in the like accessories. So I have the office desks. I put some like items up here. So like IKEA doesn't sell fax machines, right? But you kind of want to know how big a fax machine is. With these modern office chairs and the basic teacher's desk, I put them sideways because if they're vertical, like they can't go under the desk nicely. Like they need to be like on a quarter square rotation. So I just put them sideways so that it didn't matter. That's true. The chair color is hard to see if they're turned towards the desk. You can kind of see that this one's red, but you can't like appreciate that it's red. But it really annoys me that you can't line them up appropriately on the office desks. Yeah, more dino screens would be really nice. There's only one, which is weird. I feel like there needs to be like a T-Rex one and a Brontosaurus one. It would be really nice. And then we have the teacher. So I have the homework set and the pen stand on the teacher desks because they're teachers. And I have the modern office chairs to give them every color. And then I put the antique bureau here because it's like a little secretary desk where it folds down, which I always thought that these kinds of desks were really nice. My grandmother had one. And then the study desks I put here because I felt like they were more like teenager than kid. And I have the school desks in the kids section. And I put the antique console tables here because I thought they looked like little writing desks. And we have the den. And also I could not fit the antique console tables over here, so they became desks. And so you have the den chairs, which there's 6 den chairs and 5 den desks, and that bothers me, but here we are. It made it easier to fit, I guess. So that's all the desk options for your pandemic work at home needs. IKEA like stopped shipping during the pandemic, and especially desks. They wouldn't ship desks, and so my brother-in-law drove the 3 hours down to IKEA to get his son a desk, and we had him pick up these lac tables for us while he was there. But like he didn't even walk in the showroom. He went straight to the warehouse, picked up the desk, and came home. And then we go to the kitchen area. So we have the refrigerators, which come in 8 colors, and then the double door fridges and the gas ranges. So I put the fridges up half a square so that they were kind of centered against this 9 square setup here. And then the thing that my nieces and nephews find the funniest is that you go to the refrigerator to change your clothes. It's just the funniest thing in the world to them. We have all the kitchen islands here. I think I changed this a bit from the layout I had for the first island upload because I had all this kitchen stuff down for cataloging earlier this week. And so I kind of put the colored stuff together and the more neutral stuff together, kind of make it a little more cohesive. We have the open frame kitchen here. And then let's go into the kitchen showroom. I love the kitchen showroom. So I changed this floor to concrete because I think it would be concrete in the real store. And I was in Sam's house. Fridge and shower being a changing room cracked me up. Yeah, it's at least the shower is like technically a changing room. Because I don't think the shower booth is a changing room, is it? But yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, and the coolers are changing things too, which are cracking me up. So I was in Sam's house and I realized all of his perforated board walls were with concrete. So I put concrete here too. Oh, I did not know that the shower booth was a changing space. That's funny. And then I put the diner counters in here as display stations so that you can see what all the colors are. And I put mini tables here because I had an odd number of items. So this is like after you go through the kitchen showrooms and the ordering space, there's all the little kitchen things like cutting boards and drawer organizers. And so that's what I did here, and I combined it with the ordering space. So I have the stalls with computers and 2 headless assistants to help us out. I have 2 the Edge playing, and I turned the volume down because one of the streamers was complaining about the music choice. The freezer is also a changing room. Yeah, it's it's where I keep all my winter clothes. I like to keep them pre-chilled. I have the pot racks and the magnetic knife racks, the broom and dustpan, all those on the wall, and then I had the dish drying racks there, the cutting boards here. I remember when cutting boards and ironwood dressers were the most coveted recipe in the game. And we have knife blocks and revolving spice racks. So I'm going to do the big kitchens first because I want to end with my favorite kitchen, which is a little one. So this kitchen I just wanted to be red. I'm going to change it to white light. There we go. So I just wanted it to be red. So as you can see, it's red. So this is the ironwood furniture in just the regular birch color. Each kitchen features a different ironwood color-wise, so you could see them all. So I have the red system kitchen, the red teak, the red simple kettle, the gas range, kitchen island, counter, chairs, analog, everything. And we have analog kitchen scale. Over here, this is 2 kitchen design mats side by side to make a bigger carpet, which I really like that they actually like butt up against each other because not everything in this game does that. So I really appreciate it, and it looks pretty seamless too, which is nice. And then I gave it a little diner flair with the diner counter tables and the sofas and table here. And then the wallpaper really saved me from having to fill up the walls with a lot of stuff. But I did put up the imperial shelves over here. Every room, thanks Jenna, every room has an exit sign for safety. So the stairs are to the left, so we're going down the stairs now. But safety first, because it is still, a store. You gotta know where to go in case of a fire. So this is the white kitchen. You have to have a bed in order to make it a dream, which is just like a weird little quirk. But the only way to trigger uploading a dream is to have a bed. And once you have the dream uploaded, like if I take this bed away, that since the dream is a snapshot of my island, it'll still be there in the dream. So I decided to make this one like a little studio apartment with a massive kitchen because it's still the kitchen showroom. And I use this iron shelf as like a room divider. And so we have all white. I don't know why everything's in warm lighting. Oh well. So all the white options are in here. And then in the closet, so you can have like an actual room. And a lacy rug to make it a little cozy over there. I tried to keep this one like pretty minimal and clean. Yeah, I swear yesterday I turned everything to warm lighting or to this like bright white lighting, and I guess it didn't work. Yeah, okay. So then we'll go, this is like the simple kitchen. So sometimes you go to IKEA and they're like, you can have this kitchen for only $600. And so I wanted to make that. I wanted to make like a kitchen that didn't have a lot of stuff, which ironically has the most expensive kitchen item in it. But, well, I won't tell if you won't. So we only have 2 cupboards and the table here. Yeah, you're not kidding, Jenna. I literally might upload this again after this tour. I'm not even joking. So this is the simple kitchen. Like I said, pretty simple, not much to see. I did try to have something on all the walls. And there's the exit sign again. Then we have the red kitchen and we have the white kitchen, and so we needed a black kitchen. And so this is with the old, it's what's called, it's like green weathered wood. Okay, I'm like checking all the lights when I come in now. So we have the black island, gas range, and refrigerator, and then black accessories all around, just to try to keep things sleek and modern is what I was going for. Black pots on all the items, black microwave. Pretty simple stuff. And now I kind of rushed through these to get to my favorite kitchen, which, if you haven't seen the island yet, you'll be surprised. Or maybe you won't be, because it's the fruit kitchen. Yeah, very few people use. I think it looks really bad in the like customization area. Like when you're customizing it, I think it doesn't look good against the background they have, but it looks really nice out. But I've really appreciated all the ironwood colorways doing this. I really only used the like plain birch before this. So this is my fruity kitchen. It has the best flooring in the game, which is the Turkey Day flooring. I was very pleased that it wasn't a bunch of turkeys, like the spooky flooring was a bunch of pumpkins. This flooring is so nice. And I have every fruit represented here. So I have pear walls, I have peach rug and chairs, I have apple chairs, the orange table and the orange clock, cherry lamp, 2 of them, and the cherry speakers, and then I have coconut drink here. So I have every fruit represented, and then I have colorful everything. So broom and dustpan, pot rack, revolving spice rack, magnetic rack, dish rack, everything's colorful. The yellow rug, infused water dispenser, and the stand mixer. And then, yeah, the fridge this is the only fridge I customized, because all the other customizations I think look really, like, icky. Not icky per se, like if you wanted them in a house, it's fine, but they didn't look very clean for display. They have, like, artwork magneted on it, which doesn't work for a store display. But this is the fruit option for the yellow fridge, and I was like, that's perfect. So I did that, which is great. And so that's the kitchen showroom. And now we'll go over to the dining section, which a lot of people wondered what the dishes were on the dining room furniture. And like the mermaid set has golden dishes over here. So these are golden dishes. But all of the other ones are just the unglazed dish set, except for, I guess these are Turkey Day. But all of these are the unglazed dish set, just customized, which I find really funny because it's the unglazed dish set, and then when you customize it, like you're putting a glaze on it. So I don't know, I just find that amusing. So like I said, there's 8 wood colors, so I put one in every chair, and then I put the extra chairs around the table with cloth. The log, I gave a bench option and 2 stool options. Turkey Day, I showed the spring and the fall colors. Ironwood, I put one color. I like the table in one color and the chairs in different colors. Same with the antique and the imperial. I only showed off one of the tables because space, but I love the imperial table because you can spin it. Sam. So the diner furniture, I have the table here, and I only put this one table out because space. But I put all the colors in the mini table here, so you can kind of, extrapolate that information. And then I showed the sofa with it, and the chairs with it. And I put the rest of the chair colors here, all the stool colors here, and the rest of the diner sofa colors here. I wish these diner sofas butted up next to each other like the box sofas do, but they don't. Oh yeah, I have the pictures down in the marketplace, but I didn't put them up here because I just wanted table settings. But I felt like it was strange that not all the pictures like coordinated with the dish sets. Like I felt like they should all be pairs, and they're definitely not. Or with the pots, they don't all match the pots either, which is bizarre. It'd be nice if they all like had a custom theme going through. So we have the bedrooms now. So we have a little ironwood set here with an iron closet, because the ironwood furniture is like, they couldn't decide if it was bedroom furniture or kitchen furniture, so it's kind of both. And I put the ironwood dressers in here for the bedroom, but they're not over in the dresser section because I have them all down here next to my house, and I just didn't want to repeat that information. So after the ironwood is another mermaid room. And so we have the bed, the dresser, lamp, a cypress tree, shelves, closet, chair, and vanity here in the mermaid set. Again, this is the only customized panel on all the symbol panels. The rest are Mabel patterns or the default, like when you go in, it's just like those 5 options. For the vertical, like the vertical wall here, I just chose something neutral that would kind of go okay with everything, because like mermaid in the mermaid room would also show on the other side in the imperial bedroom, and I don't think mermaid and imperial go well together. So that was again where I'm like balancing what I see versus what the player sees. So the player, you know, sees 3 different walls in here. They see the mermaid wall, they see this little bird wall, and the plaid wall. But our mind registers that this is the wall for this room. So it was kind of a balance thing. This is the panel that was the wrong color, so you can look for, if you look at old tours, this one was like a wood one instead of black, but I fixed it. So this is the rattan room. I have a little vanity hidden over here, and this rattan furniture. I remember when we first got the white rattan set and we brought it to a cataloging party, and everybody was so happy that we had the white rattan set, and now I have all of the rattan sets. So look at how I've moved up in the world. And so after that, I put the white wooden furniture. This is just the wooden DIY furniture customized in white. And we have the cacao tree. And one thing I did not customize anywhere, even though I could, were the table lamps and the floor lamps. You can customize those shades, and I just didn't. I just kept them simple white just to make my life easier. And I didn't put walls here because I didn't want to hide the pathway. So the white wood and the log set don't get their own walls. So the wood bedroom set here. This is also this log garden lounge is one of the only furniture pieces that's like set up as a piece of furniture but doesn't have all the variations displayed in some way. So there's a little fun tidbit for you. And then we have the antique furniture here. And this is the antique bureau here. I don't have the console or the clock in this room, but you can see there's a little mini table there and an aroma pot here. And then we have the gold panel. This is just one of the default panel options with the imperial furniture set. Again, imperial furniture, like, I feel like it needs more variety, I guess. There's only 2 dining chair options, 2 table options, and then there's just not a lot of furniture options to make a whole room. If you want to put like a whole apartment in one room, you can, but there's only like 3 pieces that I would say belong in a bedroom. Whereas, for instance, in the cute one, I can do a whole lot more with it. I think the imperial needs like a little 1-tile table. I think that's what the issue is, and a wardrobe. So you have the cute room, and these cherry blossom branches are camouflaged. You have a cute vanity down here that you can see, and floor lamp, and then we have some star items here, the star clock and the Nova light. And so then I had to get all the bed varieties in here. So here they are, all of the bed varieties, and it was a struggle to get them all in and have enough pathways that you could actually see them all. So they're kind of butted up against the cliff here. And then this is my favorite thing to do, is if you have the beds butted up against each other, you can roll across them. And that's what I do in my employee downtime. It even works on the pair bed, which I feel like it shouldn't, because there's like that huge gap, but it does. And then we have the furniture for the bedrooms. You have the chests and the wardrobes. And again, this is where I balanced what we could see versus what the character can see. So you can't see the front of any of these wooden wardrobes here, and you can't see the front of the clothes closets or the antique wardrobes at all, but your character can, so it still feels like authentic, I feel like. And you can see them in other places. Like, you can see the side of the wooden wardrobe if you're like over here, and you can see the antique wardrobe in the bedroom display, but you can't see the clothes closets. This is for your character's eyes only. And then we have vanities. Vanities is one thing that I changed from the like original IKEA map just because there's so many vanity options. But normally, apparently, vanities go downstairs, which I found very interesting. So I compromised and I put like the full vanity sets up here, and I put the like tabletop mirrors downstairs in the marketplace. And we have the full wooden length mirrors here, but I have the tabletop mirrors downstairs. And then when you go to real IKEA, when you get to the kids section, there's like a little door that's kids size. So the kids, I don't know, they feel like they're entering their own domain. And I always found that really adorable. And so to recreate that, I put the celebratory arch from 2021. I just put it backwards. So it's like a little, you're entering the fun zone when you go through here. So I made 3 kid bedrooms, and I tried to make them, like a gender neutral room. And when I say these gender things, like, if a little boy wants a pink bedroom, the little boy gets a pink bedroom in my book. And if a little girl wants a space-themed bedroom, she gets a space-themed bedroom. But I went with gender stereotypes for my display. So I have this one, which I just feel like is just generic kid, and no gender to it. This is a colorful colorway for this. And so over here we have the chest and the bookshelf and a rocking horse that are kind of hidden. The table, the unfinished puzzle, and a wooden toy block. Another bookshelf here, and a stool here. And then for the girls' room, I'm not going to pop the balloon just to drive you guys crazy. For the girls' room, I have pink things. I have the pastel colorways in this furniture. And then I paired it with the loft bed with desk. Wooden stool is another item that all the variations are not shown for it. So there's another scandal that you can sink your teeth into. And I put this toy box here just to like kind of distinguish that this is still part of the room. And I have a little tent here. And then for the boy room, I made it space themed. This is also the colorful dresser here. We have the blue bunk beds with space comforter that matches the space wallpaper, and a school desk because it's the pandemic and they have to school from home. We have the rocking horse here, and the tent over here. And so then I had to get all of the kid items too. And so there's 7 bunk beds and 8 loft beds. And again, that was a struggle to make it walkable. So I've originally had like all the bunk beds lined up this way and the loft beds behind them, but it just formed a giant wall that was hard to walk through. So I kind of grouped them together this way to make it functional. And you can't see the details very well, but I think you can still see the details on on each variety enough to kind of get a sense of what that bed looks like. And just like in real IKEA, you can't climb up onto the top bunk. I'm just trying to keep it authentic. It's not a limitation of Animal Crossing at all. And we have the school desks because kids are schooling from home these days. And we have all the colorways of the wooden block furniture. I have it split. I have all the colorways. I kind of split across the aisle here just because that's the space I had. So all the different colorways for the wooden block furniture. Mixed wood is also one that I like a lot more in real life than I do in the like customization screen. I always think it looks weird, but I think it looks nice out in real life. So you have the beds and the benches and the tables over here. And then the best part of IKEA, if you're a kid, is the toy section. So we have all the different toy options. I tried to keep them to be like low-tech toys. IKEA doesn't have a whole lot of like battery-powered toys, and so I didn't put the mini circuits out here. I tried to keep them lower tech. Even though these do move, they kind of just look like stuffed animals. And then here's where I put the shark, the famous, I think it's called the blahage or something. The shark is, I looked it up, it's 40 inches long, like the real stuffed shark. It's positively massive, and there's a whole subreddit for it, and they like dress up all the, they dress up their stuffed animals and like take pictures of them, and it's really adorable, honestly. Doll houses and the baby bears. Baby bears annoy me that I'm just going to be real. It really annoys me that there are different colorways that you have to buy and you can't just customize everything to be the colorway you want it to be. There's a hot take here. I would have had this finished in a month and a half if I could just, maybe a month if I could just customize things. So there's a little waiting area like between the cafe and the bathroom at real IKEA where you can just like wait for people to do their business. So I recreated that here with some box sofas. And then here's the real bathroom with absolutely zero privacy. So if you use the bathroom here, everybody can see you because we don't believe in doors. But I just could not figure out a way to have the toilets be functional and have something that resembled doors. IKEA needs some doors on the like an outside furniture, something that's like interactable. That would be a really nice ad. And then we have bathroom sinks here so you can wash your hands and not spread the pandemic. And so these are just climbing walls. Let's see if I can get it to turn. These are just climbing walls turned backwards. So all the different climbing walls have a different like color on the back. The white ones, you can still see the holes on the back of it, so they don't look quite as nice in my opinion, unless that's what you're going for. But the white ones do match the climbing wallpaper. So if you're trying to make a climbing room inside, the white ones are best. So I put climbing walls here, mainly because I had climbing walls left over from my climbing gym in my last thing, and there's 8 climbing walls here, and they're twice as big as simple panels, so this was 16 simple panels that I did not need to order. So that's the real reason. So I added some more arrows here because people seem to get lost. This is the dining room, and you enter over here, which is authentic to the real dining room. You have to walk through the dining section to get to the entrance. Yeah, that makes sense. I could have used them, I guess, for some of the pegboards downstairs, but I feel like the simple panels worked better downstairs because you couldn't see the rocks at all. If they were sideways, you'd be able to see the rocks, and that just seems like a mess. So I have the drink machine here, so you can get your IKEA, is it lingonberry soda or something? You can get that there. And then I have, let's see if I can get it to where you can see. I have dinnerware on this stall, so you can get your dishes. And then I have some conspiracy chocolate cake on this stall, which is Mom's homemade cake. And you can't really see it, but there's a Yule log behind there too. And then these food hats I just found on Able Sisters, except for this one, which I'll tell you about in a second. So we have 2 different salad options, meatball plates, and then entrees, which are chicken and salmon, which are also authentic to what the real IKEAs in America offer, at least. And then we have a soup and some fruit. So I have the food hat that I really like down here. for better showing. Let me get the camera out. So I was on Reddit, and this person literally just posted that they made an IKEA meatball hat. Like out of the blue. Had no idea that I was doing this. Like I didn't ask them for it. They just posted it, and it was just like the most beautiful, like, happenstance thing to happen during this whole idea. And he's even got the berries on the bottom, which is just fantastic. And I have the food items from New Year's on here too, just to add some, so it's not just a bunch of empty tables. I really love these food items, and Animal Crossing needs to give us more. Give me more food items. I need more of these. And we have the checkout here. And I kind of made, said the mannequins in the customer service area in the kitchen showroom were wearing the same shirt that I'm wearing, which is called IKEA manager in my clothing, but I kind of wanted it to be like a high level employee, whereas these are just like simple polo shirts. So I kind of gave them all, and so then we finally get to go downstairs. Yeah, cooking would be nice. I'm not really holding my breath for that. I'll settle for more food dishes. I have, I would take being able to put 2 different customizations on one simple panel over cooking. I'll be 100% honest. So down here, all the simple panels, at least on like this side, are the same. They're all white, and then I just made this simple grid pattern to look like white pegboard. They have a brown pegboard, but I didn't want it to be so dark, so I made my own white one. And you can't really see these items very well here, but we have tea sets and cream and sugar and coffee cups are down here. So again, it's where I'm balancing what we can see versus what the character can see. These are the most inaccessible items for the character, but I didn't really care at that point. Be real. It was just, it's fine. Oh, hey Taboo Tiger, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. So we have the analog kitchen scales here, which are fun, and I put them, yeah. So when you dream your passport, you see up here at the top, it says, "Let's get you a new kitchen." That's your comment. And when you say that, like when you type it in, that's what your character says in your dream. So if you're trying to have your character say specific things in the dream, that's how you do it. And then I like that I'm a reliable appliance fan too, which I don't think that shows up in the dream at all, but it does show up when I fly places. So that's cool. And then I made my photo and Sam's photo on our passports look like little employee photos, which is lots of fun. So the kitchen scales, so this is kind of where I also balanced what it looks like to us and what it looks like to the person. So the coffee cups, when you place them, they always put the handle on your character's left. So whichever way, yeah, that would be nice if you could view passports when you're on somebody's stream. But, you know, you can't have everything. Or if you could, like, put your passport up on the bulletin board or something like that. So all the coffee cups, when you place a coffee cup, it always goes with the handle to the character's left. Or, yeah, the character's right, sorry. So I have all these coffee cups placed that way because if I place them... Hey Herschel, thanks for the follow. If I place them this way, then you can't see the handle at all. So I place them all a specific way so that we can see the handles. I'm going to put this back the way I had it before I forget about it. And then the analog kitchen scales, I put the ones on the left this way so that we, the player, can see the item, and I put them this way so that character can see the item. And then we have all the table settings here. When there was an odd number and not something to round it out, I just put a cardboard box down, which is what they do in IKEA too. They just have things stacked on cardboard boxes there. It's totally fine. We have these are the unglazed dish sets again, so you can see all of them in all the different colorways. Really beautiful, honestly. I like them, I think, more than these are the table settings up here. I think I like the unglazed dish sets more. There's the Turkey Day settings. I wish the Turkey Day had glasses, but you don't get to have a beverage on Thanksgiving. Traditional tea set. So this is like where it's an odd number, but I had one item in the coffee grinder to fill it out. And again, like the dinnerware and golden dishes were both single items, so I put them together. And the frying pan rounded out the stovetop espresso makers. So here are the classic pictures, and you can kind of see, you can get them on the same screen at least. They, so the unglazed match, and then this one here matches the white picture. And it kind of matches the one on the bottom right too, but none of the other ones match at all. That's really unfortunate. So the kettles, I put the kettle next to the simple kettles. The regular kettle is funny because it places differently. So it places with the spout towards the player, which is so bizarre because who sets down a kettle that way? And the simple kettles go this way when you put them. Oops. So I have to put the kettle down sideways so that it looks... I'm going to put the kettle down first so that it looks nice. I had to put it down this way. And then I have all the mugs back there. Finally got all the mug options. And so then after, again, I followed like a real IKEA map to kind of figure out where the order of operations was here. So after the like tableware settings and the kitchen accessories, I went down here into textiles, which was kind of hard to do because there's not a whole lot of like fabric options, and I didn't want it to just be like a bunch of simple panels in different colors. So I threw up a kimono stand here so you can kind of see like an actual fabric feel. And then I threw some fabric items. So I had the sewing projects and the sewing boxes. And then I did the cushions and the pile of Zen cushions too. So that's how I incorporated the textile item. I wish there was more fabric options for the exterior and interior for that matter. Rugs I had to put inside. I'll show you that in a minute. That's how I made a textile option. And then for the bathrooms, I threw the tabletop mirrors in here. So the wooden mirrors, the desk mirrors, and the throwback Gothic mirrors are all down here. The plain sinks and the bathroom sinks. And I put a toilet here just to show that it's the bathroom section. Because IKEA doesn't actually sell toilets, but they still have toilets in this area. So you can be like, oh, that's a toilet. I get it. Toilet cleaning sets. And then we have the rattan towel baskets down here in all the colors. So this is like the bathroom section. Oh, thanks, Jenna. I really appreciate that. And then we have the waste baskets. It really annoys me that there's 8 colors of wooden furniture, but only 6 colors of wooden waste baskets. But at least there's 6 of both of these, so I can make a nice little display. And so now we'll go into Sam's house, which he had nothing to do with. It was all me. Again, with the lighting. I'm going to fix the lighting in here, too. What the heck? So this is all the rugs. Not all the rugs, because that would not fit in one house. But I tried to fit as many rugs in a room as I could. So I tried to also keep them by grouping. So you have all the block rugs. The wedding rugs I put in here because they fit. There's not very many rugs of this size. They have the wooden like deck rugs, but I don't feel like those look like rugs per se, so I didn't put them in here. And I put the bath mats in here. I wanted to have the walls like all the way full, but it's really hard to see the top of walls in IKEA, so I put fewer things on the walls and kept them low so you can see them. I had all the clocks like in one room, and then I realized that you couldn't see them. So it's fine. There's just clocks everywhere. We have the wall-mounted tool boards, the key holder to DIY, the tapestries and the macrame tapestries. These are the orange wall-mounted clock DIYs, and these are the study posters down here. And then we have the iron wall rack DIY and the cherry blossom clock. We'll do the clock room next. I had to put music. There's no wall-mounted speaker option, which would be great because I could put it up high where no one can see it and you just have music. But if you don't have a speaker in your house or your room, there's no music and it's just weirdly quiet. So I did unique circle rugs in here. Yeah. And so I did Lacy Earth, Moon, and Magic Circle rugs. The Moon was a seasonal item, like a special item after an update. And then these are all Sahara. So we have most of the clock sets in here, most of the DIY ones at least. So we have the log ones, the ironwood, and the wooden block. That's a pendulum clock and the mermaid clock. Cute clocks, wall clocks, diner clocks, and cuckoo clocks. Those are all the clocks in here. The diner clocks you can customize. They have 3 different like default options, but you can also put your own design in there. So when I had my old island, I had them customized to the theme of the room they were in. Next, we'll go into the little plants. Thanks, Herschel. I had a bunch of, so in my last island, the upstairs, this was a recreation of a place in my city called Center in the Square, and in that building is a butterfly garden. So in my last island, the upstairs was the butterfly garden, and I had these stone stools with butterfly models on them, and so that's why there's stone stools in here, because I had a bunch of stone stools sitting around. So I have all the little plants in here. I have the catgrass, the anthurium plants, the floating biotopes. That's a moss ball. That's a lily record player DIY back in the corner to give us some music in here. Cherry bonsai, pine bonsai, mini cactus, bamboo spheres, terrariums, and a succulent plant. And then on the wall we have double-sided clocks because this is where they would fit. Potted ivy, hanging terrariums, coconut wall planter, bamboo wall decoration, and corkboards. And of course the exit sign for safety. And so we'll go do big plants next. So wavy rugs in here, and these are the simple small mats. One thing I noticed when I was there, you heard it there, Switch Jenna let us know that get your HHA rating up with potted ivy. This house got the gold trophy, which I find really amusing because there's no like real furniture in it at all. But I guess I just had enough stuff and enough full sets that HHA was happy. So these are the big plants: monstera, cypress, cacao, bonsai or cherry blossom branches, yucca, and fan palm are these plants. And there's a lily record player back there as well. And then the obnoxious noise you're hearing is from the gears turning. They make a noise. I turned 2 of them off to kind of lower the noise, honestly, and also to show that they can be stationary. And then we have the throwback wall clocks, which are just bizarre and incredible, and I love them. So now we'll do little lamps. There's really not that many table lamp options. So we have the rattan table lamps and the table lamp, and then we have the Nova lights over here. Yeah, you have to get like 150,000, I think, to get gold. And honestly, Herschel, when I was trying to get gold my first time when I just wanted to get the gold trophy, I found the I'll see if I can find them and I'll send them to you on Discord. I found they made a guide for Animal Crossing that has like HHA tips, but they didn't like really publish the guide in time for the game, and so people didn't like have it at all. And so I just went through it and I just like exploited the crap out of it, and I hated my house. I thought it was so cluttered and I just really hated it. But I got that gold trophy and then I put it the way I wanted it, and I stopped caring about what the HHA thought of me. So I used the ironwood chairs here as little like display tables. We have the rattan tables and the Nova lights over here that Sam loves. And these starry garland light up, which is so cool. That's why they're in here. Cherry lamps, imperial dining lamps, and these are iron wall lamps. Bamboo speakers, so we have noise in here. And we have the welcome mats and a round circle mat just to fill out the space. And these are the vinyl sheets from Sahara. And then we have the deer decorations over here, because guess what? That's where they fit. And then Jenna, you're going to be so happy. Downstairs, I moved that lamp for you. You're welcome. Oh, look how beautiful all of these stands are together. So these are the medium mats on the floor. And we have folding floor lamps, cute floor lamps, regular floor lamps, paper lanterns, which I wish could be set up on a table, but they can't. Mermaid lamps and shaded floor lamps. We have party garland along the top. World maps, which, by the way, something I learned while doing this, is the different oceans. So you can have, as you can see, like one that has the Pacific Ocean centered and one that has like the Atlantic Ocean. So the top one is Pacific Ocean and the bottom one is Atlantic Ocean. Those are just customizations. They're not different items. So if you're looking for the other one, just go buy a customization kit and you'll be on your way. Did not know that. I just happened to have it in my inventory when I was customizing something else, and that's how I found out. The wooden plank sign DIYs that I have no idea what they say, and the imperial decorative shelves. And that's the house that has the rugs and the wall stuff because that stuff can't go outside, and the lighting and the plants because I didn't have room for it outside. Yay! So then next is like the home organization area. So we have umbrella stands, drying racks here, magazine racks in all the colors, and accessory stands, and the iron hanger stand, also known as a coat rack. Come on, Nintendo. I have these serving carts around as like shopping carts, like you're picking up an item, and I made sure that whenever they were here, the item that was on it was available beforehand. So like I don't have the desk mirror on the cart that's up here. Oh, thanks for getting that, Jenna. I appreciate you. So like this one doesn't have a desk mirror because you didn't get to the desk mirrors yet as an analog kitchen scale, because that's what you could get. So that's like a little thing I did. So after home organization is home decor. So I have all the very expensive screens. These are like 140,000 bells each. Imperial partitions and the mermaid screen there. So those are all the big room dividers. Of course, you can use simple panels too. And then these are the low screens. And all of those, so all of these are 1 square deep, and the low screens are only half a square deep, as well as the simple panels, which are really nice. Bird cages and antique clocks. And then regular clocks. So you have the star clocks, the digital alarm clocks, and the old-fashioned alarm clocks here. And this one, like, there's half a square here, but it was for visibility. And then I only had 4 here. So to make it taller, I turned this table sideways and threw some cardboard boxes back there. So we have candles and aroma pots, and these are glass holder with candle. And these are aroma pots, which are DIY. And then bamboo candles, which are DIY, and the pots. Let's see if we can get the pots and the classic pictures on the same. Come on, load. Oh no, it's up here. We're not able to get on the same screen. But I think the pot in the upper right and this pot right here match the classic pictures, but none of the other ones do. And then we have the globes, which you can spin. And then the best part is the self-service area. And these are not customized. These are a different, so there's plain cardboard box, and then there's one for each of the fruit except for coconut, because coconut doesn't really count as a fruit. And then these are labeled. So these are just another variation of the cardboard box. And then these are the cardboard box furniture that I just threw down in different ways to make it look really diverse. Sometimes I'll come through here and I'll find one of my villagers wearing IKEA clothing and taking a nap on the cardboard beds, which is hilarious. And then down here we have the outdoor section, because I feel like they usually put that right before checkout. And I'll probably use this area for seasonal stuff. So when the festival stuff comes out, I'll probably swap this out with festivals. Yeah, Sprinkle is notorious for being a slacker. I saw Boomer the other day. He has like a flight helmet on. Let me see if you can see him in the map. So this is Boomer, and he has the flight helmet on, and he wears the baseball hat on top of the flight helmet. And I just laughed for like 5 minutes straight when I saw it. I posted it on my Instagram, which is @BadAtButtons, as is section, which is the best section of IKEA. So I just have a few items here. I thought about bumping it out onto that peninsula because it lined up so well anyway. But my peninsula is so like thin that by the time I had the walls, like the cliffs for the walls, it would be like one space thick. So I just decided to just do it this way. Yeah, Jenna's my bot. Jenna's a bot, just like Fef. It's a bot on the Dragon Peony stream. And this is the checkout area. So you have cardboard boxes, so you can pick up the last minute items you forgot. This person's buying 2 mini cactus sets. And this person over here is buying a toy box. And then another thing I added, a lot of people were lamenting the lack of soft serve ice cream and hot dogs. So here's your soft serve ice cream and hot dogs. And you can't really see, but there's a ice cream hat and a hot dog hat on there. Both of those I just found with simple Able search, the design portal in the Able Sisters. I just searched them. And here's another scandal for you. These stalls here were empty. We have the race car beds in the parking lot. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. These are called Throwback race car beds. And I have all the colors here. I know. Sorry, Jenna. Yeah, Costco hot dogs are greater than IKEA hot dogs, and that's my hot take for the day. If you look at the map, you'll see the green path is there, even though there's no like grass or anything, and that's because if you lay a custom path on top of grass or snow, then it still shows green on the map. The only pathing that shows on the map is like their actual like paths that Nintendo gives you. But yeah, so I did this so that it still looked like there was a path around, so you could kind of see where you're supposed to go. So that's another tip if you're trying to make your map custom. So I'm gonna go over real island consequences and things about this. So as you can see on my map, there's no rivers. I have my 2 river mouths here. Thanks, Jenna. I don't have any ponds. So I can still catch some river fish, and I can catch river mouth fish if they decide to spawn. And if any villagers decide to fish, they're always right here, because villagers, for some reason, never fish on the beach. They only fish in rivers. So you'll just like see, like if there's a fishing tourney, they would all just be crammed right here. We can't get any real good hot dogs here, Sam. Not until that place opens. So that means I can't do any fishing on my island except for sea fishing, which is not a big deal to me because I have all the fish collected already. So I already got my golden fishing rod and fleshed out my museum in the fish department. But it is like a thing that you have to think about when you're doing this. There's no place for me to build snow buoys. So when I was building the island still, all of this concrete was snow. I had them all just empty. And so I just had my snow buoys in the aisle here to get all of the recipes and the miles. But I got all of those, so I just concreted it over. But now I can't build snow buoys. All of my trees are completely surrounded by flowers, which means that I can't get any tree drops. If I shake a tree, like nothing will ever fall out of it. And if it was like mushroom season, mushrooms wouldn't grow around it. If I shook my fruit trees up at the top, they're also surrounded by flowers, and the fruit would just despawn. So if I need fruit, I just dig up my flowers and shake the fruit tree and replant them, which is really clunky. But I'm at the point in the game where I really just don't need fruit that often. Sam was bringing the Chicago hot dog hot take down in the comments. Vienna beef versus Smith's, and Vienna beef is it's coming out. So I have no tree drops. If I chop wood, it will despawn. So if I need materials, I just go to Mystery Islands, really. And it's not that big of a deal because my island's complete, so I don't need the stuff. I had all the flowers on the beach while I was still working on getting items, so I could still harvest materials then. Another thing with the trees is I don't have any. I don't think I have any now. I might have a few of the like pine trees planted. So when it was ornament season, I put them in the middle of the sidewalk. I can't get any fossils. I don't have any rocks. I put my shops right here front and center so that when people come to my island, I mean, when people come to my island, let's be real, they're not often coming to see my island. Now that dreams are here, they can just dream and they'll go on their own time and it's fine. Jenna, I think not eating a hot dog is worse than putting ketchup on a Chicago hot dog. So yeah, when people come to my island, they're not coming to see me, they're coming to shop, right? Like, let's be real. So I put my two shops right here, and it's still really easy access to the plaza in case Kix or my weed dealer is here. Leaf is my weed dealer. I mean, I guess I'm his weed dealer because I sell him weed. Weeds, not actual marijuana for parents listening at home. And then I also kept red accessible because I'm very lucky, and you can see on my map that my red beach is all the way to the right. I'm lucky in that it's not all the way in the middle or anything. So I have it accessible this way. So anyone coming for red can just run around the outside of the beach and get to it without needing a ladder. So this way, and then there's a ladder up there in the employees only section. So if they did run through the store and they got that way, and they got back here without a ladder, they wouldn't be stuck. They wouldn't have to go around. They could just grab that ladder and use it. And it's there for in the dream too. So yeah, I have this marked as employees only so that it's I don't think I have a ladder with me. I don't. So that people can, so that I can have a place for my flowers. And then I have all custom flowers up there, but behind this cliff I have 3 of all of the seed flowers. So if I need basic colors, I can still get them. They're just hidden behind this tree cliff. So yeah. My beaches are empty right now, like completely empty. I used them for cataloging, so I have a nice big open space ready to go for cataloging. so people can come catalog all the stuff that I gathered, so it's not just for the island. But I might decorate the beaches later. But probably not. It's not about the beaches, it's about the store, right? And so I have all the villagers here also for easy access in case anybody needs to come visit them for recipes or for birthdays. And I just kept it simple with bushes, and I didn't have room to give them proper yards or anything. So I have, this is obviously for the IKEA sign. This is my flag. This is the bathroom floor, and these are the glass doors. That's outside of my house. That's a sign for the toilet. Mermaid. I made this for where the boxes are to kind of add some depth there. This is the white pegboard. These are parking lot spots. These are concrete spots. These go all the way down. This is the flooring underneath the dining area. It's in front of Sam's house. This one was actually designed by somebody, I think in r slash, I don't know if I can pronounce that, vexology, the like study of flags, made an IKEA slash Sweden crossover flag. And so he said I could use it for here. So I put that on the stalls. Customer service as is, and these are the menu options. And then these are the clothing items that I made. Pro tip, so the long sleeve dress shirt has a collar printed on it, and it has cuffs printed on it. And so if you're trying to make like a polo shirt that has the collar in the right spot, if you start it as a long sleeve dress shirt, you can color it in the way you want it and then reload it and choose short sleeve tee, and the collar will be lined up right. So there's a hot pro tip for you. So the stuff I have uploaded, because I didn't feel like uploading my concrete stuff. If anybody needs the concrete design, let me know. I'm happy to upload it. But so only these like 7 items are in my island currently. And most of the rest are from my Roanoke Island. And then these are from my favorite streamer, the Dragon Feeny. These are her emotes that I made. And so the rest, these are 2 Virginia Tech ones. That's where I went. And then the rest are just designs for Roanoke. And then Edalee, who is Bakusachi in chat, designed this logo for this company. And then I took their logo and made it in Animal Crossing. And these are the 4 IKEA things I made, and then my Pops t-shirt. So I put these 2 posts on here. Welcome to IKEA. Enter through the right doors. A lot of people thought that they should enter through the left doors instead, which I guess makes sense for a normal store. But IKEA is definitely an enter on the right kind of place. And I said to browse leisurely because items, as you saw, take forever to load in because there's over 2,000 items in here. So take your time. And then I said what was in each house. I have the kitchen showroom in my house, and then what's available in Sam's house. These are all the materials I used. I'll zoom in. So like I used, I think I used like 30 pairs, maybe 50 or so, because I had to craft multiple of them. So that's like kind of what this level is, like 50, 60. And then, over 500 hardwood and softwood, like that's respectable. And then 2,000 wood. It's ridiculous. It's truly, truly ridiculous. Oh, that's in front of my face. There we go. And I'll make me smaller so you guys can see those items too. It's unbelievable. And then since I was looking up prices for everything anyway, I looked up how much they sold for. So there's over 2,100 items. Obviously, like, I'm a human, and it's very possible I didn't count some things. but there's definitely over 2,000 items. I had to customize 800 of them, and that took over 2,000 custom kits. And buying everything, so that's not crafting anything. That's just the items that that you can buy from the Nooklings or from Sahara. Comes out to over 9 million bells. And if I took everything, including the crafted things, to the Nooklings right now, it would sell for under 5 million bells. So terrible investment. And I have 776 crafted items. That's not how many times I hit craft, because sometimes you have to craft like a wooden block toy to get to the wooden block bed. But 776 crafted items in the game. But the most items I have are simple panels, obviously. I have 333 simple panels, and I have well over 100 iron work tables, probably about 122 it looks like. And I have 48 cardboard boxes, and that's not just cardboard boxes needed to craft, that's like individual cardboard boxes that are not inside of tables right now. Those iron work tables are 10 iron each, which is insane. So those are some fun specs for you. Those iron work tables are 10 iron each, which is insane. That does not include the fencing. I have this blue fencing you can see right here above me. I didn't count that because I did not trust myself to get a remotely accurate count on that. And there's a little bit of rope fencing inside the cafe that I also did not count. So my Reddit post is here. I just posted, so I made the custom map, which I'll show you. I'll show you it here because it's prettier. So I did this in Photoshop. This isn't something that you can do like in-game or anything, but I tried to make it like a real IKEA. Like they have the curvy lines. Everything is labeled appropriately, so where it is and on the map is where it is in the game. I even like went through and tried to get all these little walls appropriately done. So there's more simple panels than are shown here because it would look really cluttered. But everything is pretty accurate. And it got 22,000 likes and like over 60 awards, which was really crazy. 95% upvoted. I did not know that it gave you an upvote percent. And it says 700 comments, but honestly, probably 300 of those are mine because I was just trying to respond to everybody. And so it just completely blew up. And I had a lot of content creators like message me and say, hey, do you want, like, can we tour your island? I want to stream it or I want to show it on YouTube. And I was like, yeah, obviously, yes. Like, just send me a link is all I asked so I could watch it, Katie on Cala Cove did it, and that one has over 40,000 views now, which is just bonkers to me. And then I've like Googled it every day, and I've found streamers. I think I've seen a German streamer, a Spanish streamer. Jenna said she saw an Italian streamer or YouTuber doing it, like all kinds of languages. And I found articles in Polish and Turkish and Thai. Thai was the craziest one, I think. So that was, oh look, Roald is, I have to show you. You guys can't see. Roald is wearing his IKEA polo. It matches his skin so nicely. So yeah, it's really kind of blown up. But one thing I find very interesting is all of these articles just pull from the Reddit post. Not a single like journalist. Like I don't consider like Reddit combers who pull things from Reddit for articles to be journalists, but all of them, not a single one reached out to me for further information, like how long it took or anything. I've been playing the game since launch, which is March 20th, 2020. I have well over 1,000 hours. Let's see. 1,085 hours or more is what my profile says. It said that for a while, so it's well over 1,000 hours in the game now. And I started doing this on November 6th, and so it took about 2.5 months to get all the items. But really, most of that time was ordering all of the items and moving things because I didn't time travel at all. So you can only move one building at a time and tear down or build a staircase or a bridge at a time. A lot of the articles were like, nobody knows what her inspiration was. And I'm like, you can message me. It's the store. It's IKEA. Like it, groundbreaking news there. IKEA inspired an IKEA themed island, which by the way, if you follow my Twitter at BadAtButtons, I post there when I'm doing catalog events. I think I'm gonna mostly do them on Turnip Exchange, because it was easier, less work for me. And I might do some on Reddit, but really, if there's an item you're looking for, if I have it, I'll let you come touch it. Hey Millie, you wanna come say hi? My streaming partner hasn't been on stream yet today. This is Millie. She's on Instagram at Millie Longlegs. Don't be offended if she doesn't follow you back. She only follows other terriers. It's very specific. That's why I have that much space over on my camera, is so that Millie can be in the stream too.